really proud of our guys for how we fought after getting off to a really poor start. You got to give credit to Syracuse. They came out really hot from the field. They were a team that was shooting like 32% in conference games from three, averaging 6 made threes a game, and they hit 9 in the first half. I thought we had some good looks when we didn't turn it over. We couldn't make anything. But to be down 16 and continue to fight, to not drop the rope, to stay together, these two guys, what they were saying and doing in huddles and was really big for us, and it was huge at the half to get it to 7. We had a moment there in the first half where we got going a little bit and we got it to 6, and then we had 2 miscues defensively, and they got it right back to 11. And to have the fight and the poise to come back and to get it to under double digits at halftime. But then I thought the second half, I thought we were terrific. We defended at a really high level. We executed offensively. We made shots, and we were able to get a big time win for us. So really happy for these guys, and proud of them for continuing to fight.
Coach mentioned what you guys were saying in the huddles were huge. What were you guys saying to your teammates during those times?
Just staying in the fight. We knew they were hitting tough shots, but we talked about just keep defending at a high level, playing with force and defending at a high level. We knew our offense would take care of itself, so just each play locking in and doing what needed to be done. That was kind of what we were saying.
Jeff has talked about the importance of passing to get this offense moving and playing the way that you guys have when you're at your best. 3 assists for you, 3 for Jalen, also 3 for Guillermo. What changes have you guys to try to make passing more efficient in your offense?
Just making the right play every time, taking what the defense gives you. It's something we really emphasized and done a great job in practice, and it's relayed over into the game.
Zach, 8 out of 10 is pretty impressive. Did you feel like you were in a good groove tonight?
Yeah. I was just coming in with the same mindset, just doing my part, defending. I start my game on the defensive end, so get going there, and, hopefully the basketball guys give me some offense.
Well, along those lines, Syracuse's coach, somebody asked him about you, and he said the thing that stood out to him about you is that you know your role, you fill your role, and do what the team needs. How would you describe your role? What is your role on this team?
Just come in with energy every day. Being loud, talking, just playing defense. Hitting open threes, cutting what need to be cut, and just doing whatever this guy tells me to do.
Zach, what kind of a force was Guillermo tonight, especially on the defensive end?
He was a big time force, man. He played with some anger. He played with some toughness, bro. He played gritty. That's what we need from him every night. It wasn't really much. We didn't really care about what he did. The missed open shots and stuff like that. Defensively, he was amazing. He grabbed 8 boards for him. Was offensive. He was great.
You guys got out, and this is for both of you, guys got out rebounded by a large margin to beat them in their place, but today you evened that out. What can you say is different about your team and how you rebound the basketball?
We just put a big emphasis on rebounding the ball, coming together. We know Eddie a big dude. Cam's a strong guy, but Eddie's 6'10", 3 something. We had to come down together, and help him rebound. It's not just on him that he's getting on them boards last game. It was on us too. Letting him he's battling. We got to come down there and help him.
Yeah, just getting rebounding, honestly. We know Cam and everybody else is going to do their job, but us as guards, we got to go down there and crack down, or, just get the long rebounds, just everything in between.
What do you think about where you guys are as a team? You guys have gone through some rough patches. Now you've strung together 2 wins at home. You guys are about to go on the road. What do you think you guys have an opportunity to do in the coming games to prove about your team?
I think that we just need to keep building, coming to work every day with the same attitude. This game's behind us, so we're focused on our next one, and just keep our foot on the gas is something that we can really do to keep this going.
Zach, what was a big defensive point for the forwards to try to limit what they do in the paint, counter Eddie, and just work together as a team?
Just play with toughness. That's the main thing we talk about. Just playing with toughness, be able to take that first bump, know that help is on the way. That's really it. Just play with some toughness.
Yes, you had those 2 threes in that one stretch about midway through. Did you kind of feel like you guys took control of the game at that point?
Yeah. you know, shots went in. It definitely added to the momentum that we were already going in on. So big time shots, and my teammates set me up, and they trusted me to make them, and I made them.
You guys shot 60% from both the field and from 3-point range in the second half. What do you think allowed you guys to just be a bit more effective on the offensive end?
I think it started with our defense. Our defense dictates our offense, and we came out guarding, so you know they rewarded us hitting the shots.
Thanks, guys. 3 fouls in 40 minutes is pretty darn good, I would think. Was that intentional tonight? That's something you were trying to emphasize?
We were just trying to play good defense. I mean, we never won a foul. We were just trying to play good defense. I thought in the second half, excuse me, we did a much better job on our closeouts, not giving up straight line drives that put us in rotation. And I thought us going to double Lampkin, you know, and I thought our rotations out of that were really, really good. Obviously, when we play, we never won a foul, so I thought our guys did a good job of defending without fouling.
Jeff, you mentioned that those two had said stuff during the game and during timeouts and kept encouraging. How much more of an impact is it coming from their peers when that message comes?
Every good team that I've been a part of as a player or a coach has been player-led. Everyone. We've been very fortunate here the past 2 years to have Blake last year, who was pretty loud and had command of the locker room, and Jamarius the year before, and with him you also had Nelly, you had Blake. That's something that we've been trying to find this year, and it's not where guys aren't doing it and aren't saying stuff, but there's a certain command that you have to have, a certain, you know, level of accountability that when it comes from the players, it's always more effective, most effective. I think over the past 2 games, you know, hearing Zach, hearing him get on people, it's not just speeches or calling a meeting. It's at times calling guys out. It's, in order to do that, you have to be doing stuff at a high level. Your attention to detail has to be at a high level. And so the past 2 games, you know, we've had a little bit more of a voice, and I think that's helped us.
You said that after the SMU game. You said, I think the important thing is for us to stick together. Was that something you conveyed to them as well, and you feel like maybe pushed a little bit?
Yeah, we've talked about it all the time. Obviously, we've been through, excuse me, different stretches this year. We had 2 4-game losing streaks. You know, we had right after Ohio State, that debacle at Mississippi State, where we did not play well at all. This team has always stuck together. That's the one thing that I've been really proud of and impressed with, that no matter what, they've shown up every day trying to get better. It maybe hasn't shown out there on the court at times, but they have shown up with the right attitude, and they want to be good and they want to get better. It's just taken us longer than I thought, certainly that they thought, to understand all those little things. Like I said, after the last game, we're 10 points away from having 4 more wins against the top half of our league with Clemson, Louisville, at North Carolina, and Wake Forest. And that's probably about 4 possessions, you know, if we clean those up. We're getting a little bit better of understanding that.
You guys even out rebounding, dominated the Pitt 28-14. When Syracuse is hitting those shots, what goes into, you know, trying to up your perimeter defense but keeping your paint defense together?
Yeah, I mean, some of it was our defense in the first half. Some of it was shot making by them. I mean, they have a kid that's hit 2 threes in conference against us. 1 at Syracuse, 1 here. And that's been the theme this year. Like guys that you come in and you look at their stats, but then we play them, they make threes. You know, Tyler Johnson was, I think, 19% from 3 when we played him, and he made 2 against us. Seth Trimble was 22%, 23% from 3 going into that game, and he makes 2 against us. So some of it was our defense. They had us in rotations running around. We didn't do a good job in the first half. I'd say the first 15 minutes, 14 minutes of our closeouts weren't like they need to be, and they really took advantage of that. In the second half, I thought our fundamental defense was just a lot better, And then they missed some too. I mean, they had some open looks that they just missed, thank goodness. But the thing I thought also in the second half, we were able to score. You know, you have to be able to score to put pressure on teams and to put some game pressure on them. We were able to do that.
What have you seen from Brandon lately to be willing to trust him with almost 30 minutes a game tonight?
Yeah, you know, he's fearless, he's competitive, you know, he's not afraid. He gives us another ball handler. You know, that 3-point play he made in the second half, the drive and finish, was a huge play. And just how he's continued to show up in practice. You know, I've been doing this for a while now, and I've coached some really, really good freshmen as a head coach and as an assistant coach. Most freshmen, even the great ones, even the Griffins and the Jabari Parkers and the Jason Tatums, they normally hit a wall sometime there like the first or second week in January. And it takes a little bit because all of this is new, the speed, the physicality, the attention to detail, how hard you have to work. I thought Biba hit that wall, and I think he's battled through it. And he's played really well the last 2 games. So, you know, he has the respect and trust of his teammates, certainly us as coaches, and we look forward to helping him continue to try to get better.
Jeff, what impact did Guillermo have in this
I
game?
thought it's as good of a game as he's played, and he didn't get off to a good start. He had a couple of turnovers early, but man, he fought. I mean, to have 8 rebounds, to keep basketballs alive. He had a couple of big threes when we needed them, but he also had 4 blocks. So I thought his impact on the game was significant in a lot of different areas. And he really battled defensively. You know, he's probably given up 80 pounds to Lampkin, and I thought he, maybe more. And I thought he really did a good job of trying to battle. He was able to knock the basketball away from him a couple times on the perimeter when they had him away, getting into their action. I thought it was a big time performance, and a guy that didn't really play much in the second half last game. You know, he earned the playing time tonight, and again, he put me in a position where I didn't really want to take him out.
Coach, what can you say about the defensive versatility that Zach Austin brings? Last game, he was shutting down Cleveland. Today, had 3 steals and 3 blocks.
Yeah, I mean, he's a guy, because of his athleticism, you know, his length, his anticipation, he can guard multiple positions. Obviously, we know he's a really good shot blocker. You know, I think he's better when he's a secondary defender, because then he can kind of roam and make plays everywhere. I thought Ish did an incredible job on Starling. You know, Starling came into this game, I think the last 5 averaging about 21, and to hold him to 5 for 15, so he wasn't efficient tonight. But I thought we overall defended well in the second half.
What do you
Do
say
you
about
think Jalen had any, I don't want to say a different perspective, but just sitting and watching a game, you know, for the first time in who knows how long, do you think he took anything away from that?
Perhaps. I mean, I can't speak for him, but, you know, this was his most efficient game he's had in a long time. You know, he's 50% from the floor. He hasn't shot the ball as well. I think, you know, last game, to see the basketball move, to see guys get off of it, and then in practice the past couple of days, he's really done a good job of that. So perhaps it did.
What do you say about the toughness of your team? You know, there's stretches where you guys, like in the first half, rebounds right in front of you, sometimes they're just not being grabbed, and then all of a sudden you're boxing out Eddie Lampkin and you're playing hard defense.
Yeah, again, I wish I could answer, and I have to figure out how to get us off to better starts. I mean, we have not played well to start games. But it shows how connected and together we are, where we continue to battle and continue to fight. You know, Lampkin dominated us on the glass up at their place, and they dominated us on the glass. We went into this game knowing that we were not going to have a physical advantage against him, but we needed to gain rebound. Our guards had to get down there. We had to help Cam. We had to help Cam block out, and we had to get in there and gain rebound. And I thought in the second half we did a much better job. They were having their way with us. I think they had 9 offensive rebounds in the first half, and to hold them to 5 in the second half, a couple of those came late, was big for us.
What can you say? You've been coaching these guys all season. Have you found things that you're like, hey, these are the things that are leading to these bad starts, and you're just kind of get your guys to understand that, or is it like a popcorn situation where it keeps being different things?
Yeah, like I said, I wish I knew. If I knew, we would we're going to continue to try. We'll continue to try and work on different things to figure this out.
Ish had 19.
Last question.
Ish had 19 points tonight, 21 against Miami. How important has he been these past 2 games?
He's been great. He's been efficient. He's rebounded. He's defended. He's led. He's played like an older guy you expect when you get to mid-February should be playing.
Thank you.